My dear students, first of all let me welcome you all to this sort of classes and wish you all the best. Now, I would like to start with an interesting, important and very much liking unit of your second PUC physical chemistry, that is surface chemistry. See, why this unit is very much important. This is because, see, in this unit, actually this is the only unit you will not get any problem based questions in your board examination. Keep it in mind, not in the competitive examinations. And it is very interesting topic. This surface chemistry consists of three parts. One, adsorption. Second one, catalysis. Third one, colloids. First, what is surface chemistry? Surface chemistry is that part of chemistry which deals with the study of reactions, processes, interactions, so on and so forth, taking place on the surface of a substance. See, it consists of adsorption, catalysis, colloids. Now, shall study one by one. First, adsorption. Under this topic, adsorption, we will come across some terms. First one is adsorption. Next, absorption. Third one, differences between adsorption and absorption and examples. Next, reason for adsorption. Next, name of substances involved in adsorption process. Next, desorption. Desorption. Next, sorption. Then, factors which favor, which influence on adsorption. Then, heat of adsorption. Rate of adsorption. Then, isotherms, adsorption, isotherms, etc. Now, let us see the definition or meaning, the explanation of these terms one by one. First of all, adsorption. See, you know this term, absorption. You are familiar with this term, absorption. Certainly, there will be a question, you may get a question in your board examination for 2 marks. That is, give 2 differences between adsorption and absorption, like that. Of course, you can say, sir, in adsorption there is a letter D, which is not in the case of absorption. In absorption there is a letter B, but not in the case of adsorption. ಹಾಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿ ಇದೆ ಸರ್, ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿ ಇದೆ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್. ಲಾಜಿಕಲಿ ಯು ಆರ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ಬಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲಿ, ಫಾರ್ ವಿಚ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೌ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ adsorption? First, you just take a piece of chalk or any solid substance and break it. When you break a solid, what happens? When you break a solid, what happens? You can simply say number of pieces are formed. That is not the only answer. When you break a solid, before breaking the substance, the particles present inside are firmly held by neighboring particles. That means particles, valencies of particles present inside the substance are completely satisfied with the valencies of neighboring particles. See, you just consider this is a particle present inside a solid substance. Its valencies are completely satisfied by other particles, neighboring particles. When you break this solid, the bonds between the particles are broken, cleavaged, and new surfaces are formed. When you break a substance, a solid or liquid even, new surfaces are formed. At the surface, the particles present have some unsatisfied valencies known as residual valencies. Some valencies of the particles present on the surface of a substance are not completely satisfied. Okay? So, the particles present on the surface of a solid or liquid are left with some free valencies, unsatisfied valencies, residual valencies. In fact, such particles are known as active spots or active centers. In fact, it was first explained by a person known as Taylor. Hence, they are known as Taylor's active spots. Now, due to the presence of these active centers on the surface of solid or liquid particularly, they tend to attract, actually these particles tend to attract some other available particles to collect on them. So, some particles of the substance simply collect on the surface of one substance only, without entering into the bulk. This phenomenon of condensation or accumulation or concentration or collection of particles of one type of substance on the surface of another substance without penetrating, without entering into the bulk, that means collection only on the surface, is known as adsorption. So, what is adsorption? It is the process of accumulation of particles of one type of substances only on the surface of another substance. That means without entering into the bulk. That is known as adsorption. On the other hand, if particles of one type of substance directly enter into the bulk of another substance or equally distribute in the bulk of another substance, it is known as absorption. This is the difference between adsorption and absorption. If particles of one type of substance collect only on the surface of another substance, is known as adsorption. Whereas distribution of particles of one type of substance throughout the body of another type of substance is known as absorption. I give some example. Of course, the reason for adsorption is simple. At the surface, particles present are left with free valencies, unsatisfied valencies. Because of presence of unsatisfied or free valencies, those particles tend to attract some other available particles to collect on them. Okay? Now, let us see some examples for adsorption and absorption. One simple example is putting a piece of bread or biscuit in coffee, or dipping bread or biscuit in coffee. It is an example for absorption. Coffee completely distributed in the body of biscuit or bread. It is not so. When you roll chalk over drop of water or ink, there ink or water collects only on the surface. So, it is example for action between chalk and water or chalk and ink is an example for adsorption. Action between bread and coffee is an example for absorption. Silica gel adsorbs moisture, whereas anhydrous calcium chloride absorbs moisture. Now, I will give one simple illustration regarding this. So far, ನಾನು ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅದಷ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಿವಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬೀಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದು ತಲೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮೈಂಡಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್. ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ತಲೆಗೆ ಹೋಯಿತು, ಬ್ರೈನ್ಗೆ ಹೊರಟೋಯ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಐ ಹೋಪ್ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ನೇ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ, ಅದು ಕ್ಲಿಯರಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಸಿ ದ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ adsorption. See, first difference is definition itself. Adsorption takes place only on the surface of a substance, so it is surface phenomenon, whereas absorption takes place throughout the body, so it is throughout the body phenomenon. Adsorption is surface phenomenon, absorption is throughout body phenomenon. Second one, collection of particles of one type of substance only on the surface of another substance is known as adsorption, whereas distribution of particles of one type of substance throughout the body of another substance is known as absorption. So, definition you can give one difference. Next point is, during adsorption always heat is liberated. Adsorption process is exothermic in nature. Later I will give the reason for that. Adsorption, that is enthalpy of adsorption, is always negative. Process is exothermic. Heat is liberated. Whereas absorption process may be exothermic or endothermic. Sometimes during absorption heat liberates, sometimes heat absorbs. So here enthalpy of absorption is either negative or positive, exothermic or endothermic. Next one is adsorption process is very rapid. It takes place quickly. Process is rapid. Whereas this process is slow. Absorption process is slow. Slow distribution of particles in the body. Here adsorption is fast, rapid. Another difference is the concentration at the surface. Here concentration at the surface during the adsorption is higher than the bulk, whereas concentration of the system throughout the body is same. Concentration at the surface is higher than in the bulk. Here concentration is same throughout the body. These are few differences between adsorption and absorption. Now, let us see the enthalpy of adsorption, delta H of adsorption. What is enthalpy of adsorption? Enthalpy adsorption means it is the quantity of heat change which takes place when 1 mole of substance adsorbed on unit area of adsorbent. It is the amount of heat change occurred when 1 mole of substance adsorbed on the unit area of adsorbent, and this delta H is always negative. Delta H is always negative. That means process is exothermic. Heat is generated. The question is, why during adsorption heat liberates but not heat absorbs? Adsorption process is always exothermic but not endothermic. Why? We have to give the reason for this. See, during adsorption, the surface energy decreases. During adsorption, surface energy is decreased. You know law of conservation of energy or mass, which simply states energy can neither be created nor destroyed, or one form of energy can be converted into another form. Same thing holds good here. See, during adsorption, surface energy decreased. The quantity of surface energy decreased is simply converted into heat and liberated. That's why adsorption process is exothermic in nature. Okay. Now, for adsorption process, two things are essential. Two substances are essential, required. One, the substance must provide the surface for adsorption. Another substance must accumulate or collect on that substance. The substance which provide surface for adsorption is known as adsorbent. The substance which provides surface for adsorption is known as adsorbent. And or you can say the substance on the surface of which adsorption takes place is known as adsorbent. Another one is the substance which collect on the adsorbent, which accumulate on the surface of another substance, is known as adsorbate. It is known as adsorbate. So, during the adsorption process, adsorbent and adsorbate are involved. See, just to remember these two terms, I'll give one simple example. So, during adsorption, which actually acts as adsorbent, which actually acts as adsorbate. See, ನೀವು ಚೇರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, we can say it is a sort of adsorption. Sitting on a chair or bench is a type of adsorption. ಯಾಕೆ? ನೀವು ಸೀಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರಾ. You will sit only on the surface of chair. So, it is adsorption. You will not enter into the chair or seat. ಸೀಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ನೀವು ಹೊರಟು ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೋಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆ ನೀವು ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ what is adsorbent? Adsorbent is a substance which provides surface for adsorption, or it is a substance on the surface of which adsorption takes place. ಅಂದರೆ ಏನಾಯಿತು, ನೀವು ಚೇರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಚೇರ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ ನೀವು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಚೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಬೆಂಟ್. ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ನೀವೇನಾಗ್ತೀರಾ ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಬೇಟ್. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಬೆಂಟ್ ಯಾವುದು ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಅಂತಲೇ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನಾನು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಬೇಟ್, ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನೋ ಅದು ಬೆಂಟ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು ಮುಂದೆ ಬೇಟ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಬೇಟ್ ಯಾವುದು, ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಬೆಂಟ್ ಯಾವುದು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿಬಿಡ್ಬೋದು ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ another thing is, you should keep it in mind, adsorbent is either solid or liquid, but not gas. Adsorbate is either solid or liquid. Adsorbate is either liquid or gas, but not solid. Adsorbate normally liquid or gas. Adsorbent liquid or gas. Okay, adsorbent is solid or liquid. Okay, gas ಬರಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸಿ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಆಗ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಬೆಂಟ್, liquid acts as adsorbent. You just see action between charcoal and acetic acid. We know that acetic acid is a liquid, charcoal is solid. So, in this case, charcoal acts as adsorbent, acetic acid acts as adsorbate. Okay. Then charcoal and chlorine gas, between charcoal and chlorine gas, charcoal acts as adsorbent and chlorine gas acts as adsorbate. ಇದನ್ನೊಂಚೂರು ಈ ಥರ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಿ. ಗ್ಯಾಸಸ್ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಬೇಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸಮ್ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ಡು ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಬೇಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಆರ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬಂತು ಅಂದರೆ ಅವು ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಆರ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಬೇಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಬೆಂಟೇ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನೌ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಬೇಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಬೆಂಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿಟ್ ಈಸ್ thermodynamics of adsorption, or yes, thermodynamics of adsorption. See, Adsorption is always exothermic in nature, where delta H is negative. During adsorption process, delta H is negative. What about delta S during adsorption? What happens to delta H? Delta H means enthalpy of adsorption or enthalpy change of adsorption. Delta S, entropy change of adsorption. And delta G. Okay, delta H negative during adsorption. You know the reason for that. Always adsorption process is always adsorption process. Okay, stop ಮಾಡಲಾ, ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ ಅದನ್ನು.